Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Minute Project on a beautiful Monday morning. Kind of a misty fog in the air, and the sun is out. Going to be a beautiful day in Boscobel, Wisconsin. So, over the weekend, had the grandkids. Well, gosh, way more energy than this grandpa knows how to deal with, but it was a beautiful weekend with the grandkids. They are way more feisty than this old man can handle sometimes, but it was a great time. Went and saw and fed the camels and stuff in the dells and saw the monkeys, all that stuff. It was a lot of fun. Got to spend the day yesterday with my wife and just spend the day together after both of us were pretty exhausted. But on to a more important part. Well, I shouldn't say more important, because they are definitely important. But I got messaged by a gentleman, or it was posted on a reply I had because of all these FEMA and all of the misposts that are being done about the hurricane relief and how the Democrats are not doing anything about it, and that the man that wears a cape, obviously, in their world, in the superhero that showed up in a canoe or whatever it may be, to rescue and to bring great things to all the hurricane victims, because FEMA was not. So there's AI-generated photos that people believe, okay? There's people that actually believe these photos of him walking up a creek with a life jacket on and whatever it may be. Come on, people. Open your eyes, open your mind. We've all heard from governors, whether Democratic or Republican governors, that Joe Biden did call and ask to make sure they had everything they needed. Okay? FEMA did their part as far as the $750 that you're reading about is set aside that's already done. That's a number, and by the way, that number is set by Congress, okay? And do some research on that as well. And then who was in power when a lot of this happened. But then also look back to what happened right before the hurricane hit that area, of Congress voting no to any more emergency funds, and that was Republican-led. Okay? So take your time and study these things before you argue and you post more fake crap about what's going on, and that you get all worked up and butt hurt when people tell you that what you're spreading is not true and it's not factual. And then tell somebody that they are an old man with one foot in the grave and one on the edge, standing on a banana peel, or however it was worded. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for the good Lord upstairs taking care of me and blessing me through 2017, 2018, and 2019, and yes, I had great medical care, but I know it was also him taking care of me. I had a full-blown stroke that I lost my left side. Would not know if I'd walk again. Had to learn how to talk again. Had to learn how to do a lot of things. It was in the emotional side of my brain, so thank God it was my left side, so I can still write and do all that, and not a problem. Nerve pain, all that, still today. Then I had a grand mal seizure shortly after that. Then I ended up with Lyme's disease. Then a staph infection in my foot on the same side, because I don't feel that. So you're right. I am an old man, 50 years old, but I'm not old mentally. Okay? I have no issues with that. Do I get overwhelmed with a lot of things? Damn right I do. Do I have a shorter fuse and speak louder than I did before? Damn right I do. There are reasons that some of this has been put on me in my mind to do. So for you to make a statement about me with one foot in the grave and one on the edge, yep. But don't look in the mirror, because we are all running on a very short time clock. We're not promised tomorrow. Okay? So then you finish your statements off by saying, no wonder you vote Democrat because you have effing brain damage. Yep, I do have brain damage. You are correct. Permanent. There forever. But I'm working around that, and my body is thank goodness I am as educated as I am and determined as I am to keep going forward to prove to people like you that think they are the almighty because they vote Republican. You are mega. Yes, M-A-G-A. Got it. Understood clearly. But here is the thing that you don't understand, is I vote for the party at the time, and I have voted for Republicans. I have voted for Democrats. I have voted for independents. I vote for the people at the time that are best for the scenario. And yes, you can argue with me then you're not voting for the right person, because obviously you can't see why Trump is the best person. Far from it. And the reason is people like you that make comments and you justify that, oh, I'm voting Democrat because of my brain damage and that I have effing brain damage. Yeah, I live with it every day. And may you not ever live with it. May you be blessed that you never have to live with brain damage. Yep, this part up here is dead from me. Lost blood flow, not coming back. It works around it, and it's taken a long time to do that. Took me 50 years, 40. At the time, I was 43 when I had it. So for you to post that online to me about having effing brain damage and no wonder I vote for who I vote for, as you're posting pictures of who you want to be leader, believing that he is wading through water. And if you didn't notice recently, there's a story now that he had to recant his whole thing that he brought the supplies to the hurricane because the Good Samaritan truck does not belong to Mr. Trump. Okay? And the photos that you're posting and the things that you're posting about, oh, all this money is going to the migrants and everything, you need to do some more research on. FEMA is doing their job. You know what? What's really hurting right now is FEMA is going to have to now focus on Florida in about a day and a half when that hurricane, and I hope it is not near, my brother lives right in the path of it. Thank God he's inland a little further. But they are going to get pummeled if this does not change direction. And that scares the shit out of me. So now as FEMA, as they're buried up to their eyeballs in the hurricane area down there, they are now going to have to change focus to Florida. And guess what we're going to hear again? All the same bullshit rhetoric that we've been hearing before is that, oh, nobody's helping Florida. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing that. When you start name calling and you start doing all the things that you guys have done as the MAGA people, it's pretty much a shame. Come back to being an American, and it's not about making America great again. America has always been great. We have the by far free speech. We have all of that. We are great. If you don't think that, Go live somewhere else and see how bad people really have it. And then continue to do your lies and continue to not support. Here's the problem, is we are so divided right now that I don't give a shit who's in the office. Is they're always going to believe. If you listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene and you think she is the greatest thing around, I'm sorry. You have a lot to think about. And I'm not saying the Democratic Party is right, but there's a whole lot more being talked about we than when I hear all the other sports about how I am smarter than all the scientists. I am greater than all of the generals. I am great. That's not us, guys. We need to fight this. We need to be together, and that is both sides of the aisle. And we need to organize that as a support together, because as we start going, that is how they win, is when they tear it apart. If you can single off somebody, we all used to know, the game of dodgeball comes to perfect mind for me. As you slowly pick away people and the group on the other side has way more, the game becomes pretty easy, doesn't it? So that is where we need to start looking and be more open heart-wise to so many people. But for the guy that called me, congratulations, because you have effing brain damage, that's why you vote, that's why he posted what he did, F you. I don't really, whatever. You are a small bullhead in a fish pond that's going to get eaten up one of these days as well. And you will be taken for what you have because of what you believe in. And that's a shame. If you want to sit on your couch and you want to post all these things, feel free. But I will be a better person when I walk away holding my head high, because I did not call names. I did not say anything. I just said you need to check your stories, and that is what I got in reply. And the stories that they needed to check were correct. FEMA is doing what they're doing. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Biden did what he was supposed to do. Unfortunately, we needed a guy that had to have photo ops while they're struggling to keep people and finding people and everything else down there. So my prayers and everything else are with all the people in South Hall in that area. It's just going to be, and unfortunately, like I said, they're going to be heading towards, they're going to have to head towards Florida probably too, as a Category 3 is heading towards mainland, and it's heading towards where my brother is in St. Petersburg. And my best wishes to hold him in prayers with them too, because I'm pretty worried about that one. The last few didn't touch him really hard, but if this one stays on pace, it's going to be bad in that area. So keep talking about what you need to talk about, but God bless all of you. That's all I've got today. I had a memory pop up yesterday that I hauled Mom to Hudson. 12 hours to do all of that. I'd do it all again today. I'd do it again tomorrow. If I could just hug her one more time and just hear her talking, even though a lot of it didn't make sense, just to hear her talk and to give her a hug, it would be a huge day for me. But yeah, and you just, may you bless somebody else as well today. Take time to bless them. Don't rip them apart. Don't tell them they're an idiot or anything else for what they're doing. Everybody has a right to their opinion, but when you start telling people, well, congratulations on your brain damage because you vote Democrat, yeah, you've lost a big supporter that way. Unfortunately, I see a lot more of that on that side of the name calling and the lying. The lying especially has become huge recently, and I'm doing more study and more looking into things than I ever thought I would, because I'm just that upset and driven to make sure the truth is being told. And unfortunately, I think the Holy Bible has got the times and what's going to happen in the coming years nailed down pretty good. So take time to bless somebody today. Thank you for tuning into the Moose Minute Project. And I will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of the Moose Minute Project. And thank you again for watching. Have a great day.